Hi there, welcome to Nonsense Whisky. My name's VimPF, and today's episode we're going to be covering something that some of you guys might not have heard of, and that's the Wemyss Malts, and this is the Peat Chimney. Now they've got a bit of a core range going on, and that's of blended malts, which I'll just go over in a second, but they also do some single cask stuff, things like they do a Milton Duff and a Bunnahabhain. These are kind of special releases they do once in a while, but today we're going to be talking about their blended core range, and specifically the Peat Chimney. Now the other ones in the range are the Hive, the Peat Chimney, and the Spice King. Now what they do is they produce a kind of base malt of 10 or so different whiskies from all over Scotland, and then they have a kind of heavier influencing malt for each of those expressions. So for the Hive, we're talking a Speyside malt, undisclosed. For the Spice King, we're talking Highlands and Islands. And for the Peat Chimney, you guessed it, it's an Islay. Difficult to say where it's from. It's always Islay. Might not be Islay, but it's always Islay. They started doing this kind of blending because the kind of Wemyss family, they're pretty prevalent in Scotland. They started doing that because they wanted to start producing their own whiskey. Didn't have a distillery at the time. They now currently back the brand new Kingsbarns Distillery, which I actually have their kind of new make spirit drink, which will be an upcoming review. Established in 2014, but they won't be putting out anything until next year, I think. I think their first sets of casks didn't pass their quality. I'm not sure, maybe they just want to start again. But maybe 2019 they'll be putting something out, maybe this year. Not really sure what their plans are, but I'll cover that in a bit more depth when I go into the Kingsbarns thing itself. This, say, is the Peat Chimney. It's their kind of basic version. They also do a batch strength version. This is 46% non-chill filtered and goes for roughly £35 to £40 in the UK. And the batch strength goes for only just a little bit more, £45. Both extremely affordable, but is it worth it? Let's go for a nose and see what we think. As you can see, I don't really have much left of this. I got this as part of a blind tasting set, and I've been really trying hard not to drink it, but as you might find out in a minute, I really quite like it, so it's been a real struggle for me to keep this last little bit for a review. Oh, well, on the nose, it's definitely Islay, isn't it? Smoky, sweet though. Almost reminiscent of the Lagavulin 8 years, you know, it's that kind of extra sweetness that was lost on the 16 but is definitely there in the 8. For me, it's quite buttery, and for a rare extra tasting note from me, I think a little bit more like popcorn, not burnt popcorn but cooked popcorn. Popped popcorn, if you will. That doesn't happen very often. Let's have a taste and see what we get. Straight away you're getting that kind of spicy, sweet smokiness. It's one of those drams where the nose translates directly to the palate. It's creamy, it's thick, it's really quite nice. The finish is kind of medium, pushing onto a bit longer. It's very tingly, very nice. And then another rare, I'm going to finish this on camera. I usually finish this while I'm editing, but it's so good I've got to finish it. I was exceptionally surprised when I first tasted that. I tried the Hive. It's nice, typical kind of Speyside flavours. I haven't tried the Spice King yet, but when I tried this, I just fell in love with it straight away. And for £35 to £40, it's not a huge asking price. It's a non-age statement, so you're being asked to pay for something that you don't know how old it is. But when it's presented like this, 46% non-chill filtered, it's just, I can't not recommend it. I have to recommend this to people. It's absolutely fantastic, and I definitely would spend my money on that. Hopefully I'll be covering a few more Wemyss malts in the future. This is the first. Do check them out, and make sure you keep an eye on Kingsbarns as well, as I will be. They'll be releasing stuff soon. In the meantime, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss more content. Also hit that notification bell. And of course, check out more content just like this. Thanks for watching.